Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more EU4 Lost Ideas of Odin. Alrighty, well, we've finished our last war, which is always a good thing. We've got some mercenaries hanging around for a little bit, just to make sure that we do not get too outnumbered. So for now, we're going to go ahead and move them up there. We might end up building up a couple ourselves, use up a bit more of our manpower, but we will see. So the last thing that we did was peace out in the last episode, so we can now go ahead and do a few things like reclaiming some of our land. We need to seize land from some of the estates. We've got some pretty horrible malices right now, and we definitely need them to go away. So we're going to go ahead and first of all start with summoning the diet. We'll see if we can boost this up a little bit further, and if we can, we might go for the merchants first if viable. So what do we have over here? We need to colonize an area. Hang on a second, let's just check that out. Go to... Oh, hang on a second. Is this where we're already working? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's see. We can colonize or have a subject fully colonize all the provinces in the St. John Valley area. So wait, is that just one or all of them? Fully colonize all of them. Okay. Upon completion, we will gain colonial enthusiasm. Settler increase chance, global settler increase plus 25, and well, that would be for a good 10 years. That would help us out a decent chunk. The question is, if this is Eastern Maine, what is this? St. John's Valley. So we need here and there. Alright, you know what? That's not the be-all and end-all. We could possibly do that. I wouldn't mind moving on up over here, so we could possibly attack these guys and take their land. Although, you know what? If they're a tribe, they possibly will be moving around. So that could make our life a little bit easier. But let's just double check. Where's the last place they want us to take? Oh, it's a natural harbour. So that would be rather nice for us. I think that's probably what we'll run with. But let's just quickly double check the others first. A temple, nice but not super useful. We've got only limited options there. If we go ahead and see what our buildings could do, we would make... Hang on a second, it doesn't look like it's showing up. Let's just see if we check out our buildings. We could theoretically be getting 0.03. That's really not that much. Oh, yeah, that's not that much at all. Otherwise, what else have we got? Base production. We need to change the culture to Norse. No. I think we're sticking with merchant guilds. We're going to go ahead and try and improve things there. Now, this does mean we're still going to have a little bit of a revolt, so I guess we go ahead and we provoke them now, and we'll see about dealing with them, because again, we really need to start working on our crown land. Alright, good news for us, it looks like only 1,000 men. That's easy enough for us to put right back down, no real danger. Alright, so that's very good. We are also losing money, 0.28 per month. Let's see if we can sort of figure out our finances. So in our economy right now, we're paying 0.28 in mercenary companies. Yeah, okay, you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop off the mercenaries here. I don't think they've got a huge amount of manpower left as it is. They've only got 6,000. Yeah, I think for now we'll just go ahead and we'll drop him off. We'll go ahead and take our leader back, and let's disband the unit. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit before we declare war on anybody else. So that is that. Let's see. Mission fulfilled. I guess we could technically take that, but again, we're going to wait a little bit until we have a slightly better economy. Trustworthy allies. We need 2 allies, and then we can maybe attempt to acquire subjects. Alright. So, in the last episode, we did create a new subject, which we should probably go ahead and make sure we're improving relations with, which we are. So that's the tribe all the way down here. Let's maybe look at... we could offer an alliance there. That's not the be-all and end-all. Yeah, these guys are Norse. That would be fairly easy to integrate into the fold. We have plenty of relationship spaces, so you know what? Let's work on this. Maybe we'll go diplomatically. Go ahead and send them an alliance. We've got some good reputation there. And then what else did we have for that mission? Let's just double check. We need 2 countries who are allied with 150. All right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and see about... Maybe we... 8, 15. You know what? That's not too bad. So we could just conquer that. That could be handy. Let's see. Anybody further down the coast who would be mildly interested? Oh, we do. Alright, well, you know what then? Let's give it a day or two, and we'll offer them an alliance as well. Yeah, maybe if we can ally them and they're nice near the coast, we could annex them and we'll gain a little bit of colonial range as well. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll do both of those. So that is at least those 2 alliances. And in time, we should hopefully be able to... yeah, fix up our reputation with them and make our life a little bit better. Alright, so what have we got here? We've got some knowledge sharing. 6.16 of their ducats. You know what? I guess we'll take it. Anything to give ourselves a bit of an economical boost. Another thing we do need to do is we're going to go ahead and cease raising war taxes for now. That'll be rather handy, and we can also probably drop a little bit of army maintenance just so we are progressing. We shouldn't have too much in the way of any rebel factions. So, you know, yeah, we'll turn that down to 0, make a 1/5 of a ducat per month. We do have some loans which we could repay. Oh, interest. Let's see, 5 loans. You know what? I think the answer's probably yes. We'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, that'll keep... yeah, that'll put a little bit more money back in our bank. Oh, and we're very soon going to be looking at level 5 tech. So, that would be our first idea group, and I think we're going to go with some expansion or exploration. What was it called? We are going with expansion ideas. There we go. So an extra colonist will help us take control of the land a little bit better. A merchant's going to help our economy. Extra global settler increase will be phenomenal. Travel time for our envoys and extra tariffs could be somewhat useful. Extra diplomats and reduced liberty desire on other continents. Not useful just yet, but you never know. It could be useful in the future. And then more colonists and settler chances. Global trade power, and then minimum autonomy in territories is never a bad thing. So we're going to be focusing on the administrative. So let's head to our national focus, and we're going to make administration our priority. 12, 9, and 9, we're going to be building up a good chunk here, but that also means we'll have enough power to be able to core up everything as we improve things. So we're about to drop down our overextension a little bit. Our ore exhaustion is particularly high right now. Let's see, do we really want to wait that long, or do we want to maybe bring it down and start coring? You know, I think we can afford to spend a little bit. Or what do we do, 50? Let's see, we're paying an extra 10%. It's only 5. I think, you know what, for now, we'll just do this. If we had a lot more land to core up, we might reduce it, but otherwise we'll keep that as is. I do also want to go ahead and boost up our stability, but we're going to do that in a little bit, not just yet. All right, as for you, let's make sure that we are... Well, we should already be gaining favors with you. That'll be handy. We're already improving relation. What about you? There we go. We'll get that sorted. And who was the other tribe? Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait, no. Already improving relation there. Was it these guys? Yeah, there we go. Let's improve relations. So that'll use up all of our diplomats for now. We'll start building that further and further up. That would be very, very nice. Now, apparently, we do have 1 colonist available. We should have sent them over here. I guess when it got occupied during the war, they got our colonist to bail. If we are going to be spending money on the colony, we may as well make sure that we are... we may as well make sure that we are getting every little bit that we can. Yeah, that's going to be quite helpful. Alright, so that's that added on into the fold. This is now in our control. Let's see. St. John's Valley, that is probably going to end up being a bit of a state. Yeah, there is a, what do we call it? One of those trade provinces there. So we will probably go ahead and take that. Let's go... I guess maybe we just go ahead and we state it nice and early. Try and get as much out of our development that we've got. I think that's what we'll go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and get that sorted. It'll cost us a little bit, but again, all in good time. As for over here, we are still coring that. I don't know if we have to pay state maintenance. Yeah, I think it's probably automatically a state, which would be why it's 50. Yeah, that'll be what it is. We could go ahead and drop some autonomy. That'll give us some local unrest for, let's see, many, many years. How's the autonomy ticking? 0.025. Well, that'll be better once we regain some crown land. But for now, that's just going to have to be as is. We'll cool our jets for a little bit. We'll try and get a little bit of money to trickle on in. If our manpower gets close to maximum, we'll go ahead and hire another regiment. Just that way, we're building up our personal stocks of things. Oh, bad news. Hang on a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. Some superstition, losing divine... Oh, dear. Queen Regency? Our king? Oh, man, that absolutely sucks. Alright, that's going to make this run incredibly difficult. That is not what I wanted. Alright. That is going to be quite problematic. Our Queen Regent is a 000, so from the absolute best to the absolute worst. That is incredibly bad. We've lost out on those ideas. Oh, man. I spent so many of our 200 points on our king. Losing him this early is going to hurt. What I was really hoping for was at least, you know, maybe a good 30, 40 years at the least, so we would be able to have extra mana or power or whatever you want to call it, and invest that into our nation while we were deving institutions and all sorts. Oh dear, this is not good at all. Alright, well, we'll see how this runs. Let's try... I guess we should probably boost up 130. Let's see, Regency costs us an extra 25%. No. We're going to wait a couple of years before we start investing there. We cannot afford to be spending more power than necessary. Going to have to be a little bit careful with things. Alright, so you know what we can do? In the meantime, let's go ahead and start claiming provinces of interest. You are our friend. We'll go ahead and we'll take all of these. Go ahead and make sure... there we go. We'll go ahead and we will select all of them. Yeah, hang on a second. Are we allied with these guys? I believe that we are here. Alright, so we won't claim their land. We've got some decent favors growing. It's not going to take us too much. Yeah, at least we're going to have some friends in on these next few wars. Oh, man. That is so incredibly annoying. That just... Oh well, it's gonna change the course of this game, that's for sure. I was thinking we might be able to make some pretty quick progress, dev up a little bit, make sure that we can get nice and powerful before the colonial powers get here. But I suppose that's easier said than done. Alright, so are we maxed out on our manpower? We are. Alright, let's go ahead and let's add on in another unit there. Let's see, that'll go up by 100. Do we spend a little bit more and go up to 6? I think that we do. It's going to be a necessity. Ah, man. Alright, well, it is what it is. At least we've got some decent prestige for now. We've got decent legitimacy. Corruption's not looking too bad. Overextension isn't the worst. We have... Let's see, how much longer until that goes away? July 55. Well, we could sell titles, but that's definitely not what we're doing. We need to continue on colonizing. We really just need to work on our economic base. Alright, looks like we're gaining corruption. Alright, well that'll just have to be as is. We are ahead of time on tax, so that is going to reduce things. Are we spending money? Yes, we are. How about we say no? Corruption is growing? Oh dear. Alright, you know what? As long as it's trending downwards, that's the main thing. I don't care if it takes us forever. I'm trying to maintain a decent sum of cash. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to sit back and wait while this finishes doing its thing. Declining power of the nobility, sure. Once we go ahead and get this sorted, we'll then go ahead and work on this, which will help us quite a lot. But what have we got here? Improving the capital. Gain 1 base tax in there and lose manpower or spend money. You know what? Taxes either way. Manpower is easily recovered right now. Let's go ahead and we'll expend the workforce. It'll only take us, what, 6 months or so to catch back up on what we just invested. That is perfectly fine. Alright, as for you, my friend, let's go ahead and recall our diplomat. Looks like we reached that 150. I guess we can go ahead and take the trustworthy allies. Improve relation, go for the acquire subjects. Let's see, we could go ahead and do that, but that would mean we need, what, 2 non-tributary subjects? Yeah, if we get 2 of them, then we can collect this, and then we'll gain free diplo power. We can start to annex. Some people will lose liberty desire. That could be helpful. Build buildings. We're going to need a lot of temples and things. Alright, you know what? For now, we're just going to let things stand where they are. I don't think we take those missions just yet. I want to be able to use that when we've got a little bit of cash to be able to afford other bits and pieces. Alright, so, gained a core province. Thank you very much. That is now part of our nation. Let's see. Are you stated? Yes, you are. Let's see. This is our capital state, I believe. So, we pay fairly minimal... yeah, I am assuming we pay fairly minimal in governing capacity and whatnot. 0.09. Yeah, I think it should be all good. So let's go ahead and see. Is there any edicts that could be particularly useful for us? Could go ahead and protect trade for an extra little bit of power there. I don't know if that's going to get us that much. No, we don't really have that much the way of things. Maybe, let's see, is there anything else we could want? Advancement efforts, not yet. We might need to use the encourage development in the future. Alright, you know what, for now, let's just not spend anything. I don't think that there's any real gain, so we will just leave that be. As for you, though, it looks like we have our first colony completed. Excellent. But over here, we're going to go ahead and start... can we start spying on you? I'm thinking what I want to do is maybe try and have enough spy network so we can state a claim right here when these guys move. I think that's the best thing for us. We can go ahead and make that into a call for the state, which I think is a given. We have to go ahead and get that done. Oh, wait a second. Tech, hang on a second. We're speeding through time right now. So, we'd be on time for tech. I think... Some extra production efficiency wouldn't be bad. Trade range, trade efficiency. Oh man, we really want all of these. Upgrading our units. Let's go ahead and give it a month. Oh no, that's... Wait a second. No, we don't need a month. We need... Yeah. March of 56. 6 per month, of course. Never mind. I was thinking we were still making a good 12 per month. But yeah, the death of our king is an absolute kick in the teeth. Alright, we're making 2.42 ducats per month, but we're going to have to keep on expending some of that to expand. Let's go ahead and send our colonists out over here. We need to finish that full state. That would be very, very helpful. How much do we need to spend on our thing? 24, that's 4 months. Yeah, we'll do that after the fact. We'll make sure that we pick up tech first and foremost. That's going to be very necessary. Alright, but the good news is we are going to have the, what do we call it? The natural harbour, that's what I was looking for. I was about to call it an estuary, but no. That'll give us some nice extra trade buffs. That'll be very, very useful. We're up to 23% in this trade node. Not that there's really that much trade travelling yet, but again, if it's in our hands, it will not be in the hands of the future colonizers in the future, and that is the main thing. We need to make sure that we are steadily growing and safely at that. Alright, well, I guess we can go ahead and pick up tech. We'll gain some innovativeness. That is fantastic. We'll take that first. And then let's go ahead and pick up the other ideas. And then let's see, what have we got? Oh, that's going to take us some time. Alright, but a new idea group. We know what we're going for. It's going to be pretty straightforward here. We're running with the expansion ideas first. I don't think it can get much better than that. After this, I'm thinking we might try and pair it with exploration idea. Yeah, if we can go ahead and match those two together, that will give us the ability... actually, you know, let's do this first, just so it'll highlight it for ourselves. Let's see, exploration ideas. Follow down to, there it is, the second to last one. Colonial expansion, extra 15% global settler increase, and minus 50% native uprising chance. That'll be very helpful. We'll get a lot of colonies done much, much more quicker. We'll also gain, yeah, an extra colonist. We'll take less naval attrition, which will always be good. Better colonial range, global settler increase. Trading company investments, which will take a while before we can do. Extra settler chance, and then extra naval force limit and treasure fleet income, which could be useful in the future. But again, that will work out rather nicely as we, well, not just do we conquer, but we will colonize all at the same time. It's going to be a necessity if we're going to grow fast enough. Alright, so I guess at the moment then, we're going to go ahead and, oh, not quite sit back for much longer. Let's go ahead and core up the state. Let's just double check. What is that? 5 development, extra taxes, extra production. Yeah, that has to happen. That'll be very, very nice for us. So that's that. Autonomy is down to 50% already. That's excellent. That's going to give us some very solid buffs right there. Manpower boosting up, production boosting up, taxes, all of these little things that are going to get our economy up and running. Look at that, a single ducat per month after colonial maintenance. How wonderful. Alright, so Queen Regent, sure, we'll go ahead and stop dealing with them. These guys are still our friends. You, on the other hand, we might be able to start working our way towards you. And maybe we take over what you've got. In fact, yeah, there's another natural harbour here. And you are grasslands. So we might potentially start deving for the Renaissance or anything like that over here. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Let's go ahead and start building a spy network. I do want to go to war whenever we can. We do have the superior troops, and depending on, we might even have the numbers if we're taking them one-on-one. But we're going to do what we can. Alright, so it looks like we can seize land yet again. These guys are still unhappy, but you know what? We need to go ahead and raise our army maintenance first. It's been a couple of years, so again, we'll try and get that up and running. Still turning a profit, and I think that should be sufficient. Let's go ahead and provoke them. Let's seize land. Alright, and we have a revolt over here. Alright, well, you know what? We can quickly... let's see. What is our pips? 1 maneuver, 1 fire, 4 shock. Of course, we don't have anybody else because our king died. Yeah. Alright, well, you can zip over there. We'll make sure that nothing else happens. We'll go ahead and drop back down our army maintenance. Let's keep that at an absolute minimum. Good news is we are turning a profit even with all of that going on. So, not the worst. Alright, in fact, you know what? We could even... Hang on a second. We might be able to afford that Master of Mint. So he costs us half a ducat a month. That'd still put us clear, but we are going to gain more administrative, which we need, and it'll reduce our inflation, which is not exactly looking good right now. So let's go ahead and we will do just that. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, advisor cost +4, inflation's looking bad, 50% cheaper. Yeah, it'll help us, but yeah, certainly not as good as it may have once been. Our low crown land is, well, our national tax modifier is no longer -15%, it's now -10. Absolutism doesn't matter. Let's see, liberty desire from subjects, that has improved. I think, again, 25%. At this stage, it's not an issue. We're going to easily outnumber them. If we can, we will go ahead and get that merchant guild back up and running fairly swiftly. Let's have a look. We have 35 a year with almost 30% chance for extra settlers. Yeah, we should be able to get this finished relatively quickly. We'll park our troops here. Again, there's only 500 natives here. They're not too aggressive nor ferocious, so it should be fairly safe. Alright, merchants are suffering. What do we do? Lose some Diplo support or trade power? We are absolutely... yeah, we're not losing more trade. We're barely running as it is. Let's lose some power. That is more acceptable. And it looks like we can also pick up our first government reform. So, we have the autocracy at the moment, as we start off with. So, unjustified demands, harsh treatment costs, and rebel suppression efficiency is always nice. We could swap over to other things, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense. As for tier number 2, the noble privileges, we have national manpower modifier for the noble privileges. We could also go for some taxes. We could go for fort maintenance, which I think is a little bit redundant right now. Compromise for stability cost modifier and extra legitimacy. Or noble officer corps. So I'm thinking... Let's see, manpower is probably going to be fairly useful. Taxes could be nice. That does curtail their privileges. Now this is the question. Does that extra 15% really help us, or would we rather go for the manpower so we can fight more enemies and gain money through conquest? I think we're going to go with the national manpower modifier for now. Yeah, it'll make it a little bit harder to swap out, to revoke their privileges in the future. But right now I think it'll have to be the right call. Alright, and how are we doing here? Minus point... Oh, hang on a second. Native Uprising. Looks like we're already in the right position. Let's see, minus 0.1. That's probably going to get a little bit worse with some reinforcements. 0.09. Okay, so I guess everything trending down with inflation is going to earn us some money. Got enough in the account that it's not the be-all and end-all, although we could just spend a little bit of admin and pay it down. We could also go ahead and maybe take some loans. That'll actually increase our inflation too, though. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, hang on a second. Let's have a look. Tax-wise, 0.06. That's not too bad. We could also maybe speed things up for the next 25 years, but again, there's only so many buildings. It's just a question of how quickly can we snowball all of these things into the other. Yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky thing. Alright, lose stability and gain prestige or lose money. Well, right now I really don't want to go to -3 stability. That would be horrible. So I guess we're going to have to accept that for now. Then hopefully, I don't know, we'll, let's see, subjects. Can we do anything here? You guys love us. That's phenomenal. No liberty desire. Let's see about diverting trade. Yeah, that could be useful. Make us a little bit more money. That seems to be all we can do for now. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. And then let's tell you to be, I don't know, go ahead and siege things down. That could be useful the next time we go to war. Although it does look like that might take us a little bit of time. Alright, these guys shuffled across and did not take the province I was hoping for. I guess, oh no, we're just not really able to go to war yet. What about you guys? Let's see, 30,000 troops. They got a pretty solid federation. We could call in some of our own. You're not willing to join. Why is this? Trust is bad. Hang on a second. Let's have a look at them and see what we can do here. We've got some favors. We've got some trust. You know what? Let's maybe trade. Yeah, let's trade our favors for now. And we'll see how that goes. So, favors for trust. There we go. We earn the favors fairly rapidly, so we may as well take whatever we can get. If for some reason our tribal friend can get some claims for us, we'll happily go ahead and expand their lands. But for now, it's just going to have to be as is. Yeah. Okay, so... Close but not quite. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with this one step at a time. Alright, so we're definitely in for a bit of the long haul. We're going to have to go ahead and sit back for a little bit. Good news is we are making a small sum of money now, which is nice to see. Yeah, with army maintenance down, the inflation coming back down. Yeah, unfortunately, colonial maintenance is going to cost us a fair good chunk of money for a while. It's just going to have to be as is. Let's see, is there anything else we can do? Trade's actually making a decent sum of money already for us. Taxation's not bad. We know that that'll get buffed up as we regain more crown land. I guess we could also maybe work on some development. Oh, actually, you know what? I just realized, because we're going to be picking this up in a second, when we finish settling here, we'll be able to attack these guys almost immediately. Yeah, of course, because we'll be adjacent to them because of the ocean there, so we should be able to claim them nice and quickly, and then we can start working on integrating that into our society. Yeah, that's exactly how we're going to do it. Alright, but either way, I think for now, that's probably where we're going to go ahead and call it. Yeah, we've made a few more years of progress. We've shored up our position a little bit better. We're slowly making our way through our issues one step at a time. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.